long after the Cold
Is this
War,
whole game a metaphor?
the organization
Sometimes.
became an empty shell,
God damn it, he's
continuing to
good.
function through
He's on the ball. He is absolutely on the ball.
Those AIs are responsible for the creation of the war economy, and they gave
Okay, but
rise
who
to
is
the
Colonel
Sons of the
Campbell married
Patriot
to?
system. But
Mrs. Peach.
am partly to blame. I
No,
bear
no, her
some
name is
Oh, you
blame
were
Rose.
for
so
creating
close. You
the
were
organization.
you were doing so well, and you
It was
just
right
fell at
after
the
I first
fell at the
met my
final hurdle.
father, Big Boss.
Big Boss. Where have I
Big.
heard that name before?
Back in
Uh-huh.
1964, I was
Time
ordered to
for
take
some
part in a CIA op
exposition.
called Operation Snake Eater, which
Gross.
concerned a new weapon the Soviets were developing at the time. My mission was to support a certain agent. That agent later became Big Boss, but I knew him as Snake.
Yeah, I know we were there.
Naked Snake. That was his code name
Naked.
at the time.
Gross.
A name he would give
You're making it sound weird. Stop.
The commander of this mission was a man called Zero, the head of Special Forces Unit Fox. Back then,
And an
he was
avid James
working as a
Bond
double
fan.
agent for the Chinese.
In fact, he wouldn't shut the fuck up about
To
it.
secure the location of the philosopher's legacy.
In fact, if anything, it's no surprise that the world that he built was all spy-oriented
I was to acquire
and
a
weirdly
microfilm
misogynist.
showing the location of secret funds amassed by the Allied powers during World War II.
Oh my
But
god,
I
we played the
failed in
game.
mission and was exiled from China. I took the apple from the
Considering this is the last one we
snake.
played, yeah,
Was
we
cast
still
on
remember it, lads. It's
After
good. It's fresh
years
in our
of the
heads.
run, I ended up in Hanoi. That's where I met him again.
She
It was
said it. She
around
took the
then that
forbidden fruit
Zero
from the
used
snake.
the massive funds contained in the Philosopher's Legacy to start a new organization, the Patriots, which would carry out the final wishes of a certain legendary hero. The initial membership consisted of Big Boss, Sigint, Paramedic, and their commander, Zero. Oh, and there was one more who we mustn't forget.
Was it
He
me?
stayed behind in
Was it the
Soviet
player?
Union to support the group as
Oh.
an informant.
Oh, was
Ocelot.
that?
Ocelot,
Yeah.
who is
Well,
now
you may know all these people better as the
After your
DARPA
father
chief,
rescued me
Dr.
in
Clark.
Vietnam, I went to
Ocelot.
America and joined their organization. Zero's
Like
goal was to
I
achieve
didn't.
a
I'm not.
unity
I'm
of
one of those ones that
collective
didn't
awareness.
necessarily mind this plot twist, but at the same time, I'm kind of
The rest
annoyed
of
that
the
like
Patriots
the
followed
wacky
suit.
comedy sidekicks from
The boss
the
was a
last
Agreed.
game ended
legendary
up being the
hero
big
from the Second
bads.
World
But then
War,
again,
known as
in
the
the grand
Leader of
scheme of
Special
things, they're not
Forces.
actually the big bads. They're just
She
kind of
had
fucking
an
idiots that
overwhelming charisma.
let it all go out of control.
The CIA
Paramedic, the war
so
hero,
they
the
had
first
her
female
eliminated.
doctor to
If she had
create the
survived,
paramedic
the
units
world of the
that saved
21st
millions of
century
lives,
might have been a
was a
very different
horrific
place.
fucking
We were
dark
all
scientist
influenced by
who
the boss's will.
grafted
It was what
exoskeletons
drove
onto
us
a
to
fucking
create this
psychologically
organization.
abused,
But it
war-torn
wasn't
orphan.
that spirit.
Hmm.
Zero decided that
Yeah, that's a bit of a jump, to be
they
fair.
needed a special kind of icon.
But she just loved monster
So they
movies.
turned to Big Boss.
So she made monsters herself.
He shared more of her
How
life
ironic.
than anyone else.
Indeed.
Was Big Boss the true heir to her legacy, who was best suited to play this role?
Dr. Clark. He was a
Zero
quack.
elevated Big Boss, the hero who saved the
Yeah,
group,
they kind of retconned that one quite severely by saying, "Oh no, she was so secretive." You know,
Dr.
people thought if
Clark.
she was a man.
He was a man.
Zero disseminated these
Naomi
secrets
met the
among
man.
masses and gathered the rich and powerful to his banner. Every era needs
Anyway, there's no need to talk about all those
control
dead
the
people.
Whether it be
Let's talk about this
stars
dead
and
person.
stripes,
Big boss. The deadest of people.
or the hammer and sickle.
Now, see, this part you see, I like is odd because like you don't necessarily see the
As
big
the
boss
times
mythos
and currents of
in
politics
the
changed,
games. Like I know, like
so
from
did Zero.
in the way
He
we kind of
eventually
penetrated, we see
became
it
a
because like
prisoner
we're
of his own
Snake and
lust for power, sparking
hired
future
goons and all this sort of stuff,
Big
and
Boss.
people are trying to get Big Boss's genes and all this sort of stuff. But you don't kind of see it in
Boss had
culture or
passed away.
society.
Zero
You
realized
know,
he
like
would
in the kind of way where like Che
someday
Guevara's likeness has been
perpetuate the
like
existence of Big
merchandised
Boss,
almost to an
their
absurd degree.
organization's icon.
You know,
Oh,
are
come
people
on,
like buying
he
eye
was
patches for the
very
crack, or you know, I don't know.
Les Enfants Terribles. Its goal was to create a clone of Big Boss.
I suppose more to think of it like that's kind of the point of the TV bits at the start of the show, where like the cooking show is about how to like cook a snake up, because obviously a big boss does it, it's good enough for us. And like the eye patch that David Hayter wears is like a fucking like android essentially. So I don't know.
We made one egg. We split it 7 times.
Something super babies.
To Big Boss. To realize this, I asked to serve as the surrogate mother, and was more than happy to carry you in my womb.
Oh my god.
I loved him. 9 months.
Now, one of the curious things about this is like this is going by the timeline wise, and again, I'm not sure if this has been fixed or not. This happens between Snake Eater and Peace Walker, to the point that the children have already been born by the time Peace Walker comes around. But by the way the Peace Walker kind of plays out, you figure that like it kind of happens afterwards, but it kind of can't. So
Snake was also supposedly in a coma when they harvested his DNA.
yeah, so there must have been, he must have had another incident where that made him into a coma, that put him into a coma, separate to the one that happened in the Phantom Pain, where he got the his friend in the other bed.
Yeah.
Isn't meant to be manipulated like that. I knew that, but I wanted you.
Is that the Mark D?
After Big Boss
That is D.
Zero
Yeah.
really lost control.
They're referring strictly to Zanzibar land there, I think.
One governed by rules. His fortune grew through countless wars, and his words influenced decision-making all the way up to the Oval Office.
Diamond Dogs, our new home.
In the middle of fucking nowhere.
We all must listen to David Bowie on repeat.
Because it's important. It's a metaphor for everything.
Kept you waiting, huh?
We did, actually, yeah.
And before we knew it, the Patriots, the proud police of the world, started bringing an entire planet under their control.
And they also invented the love box.
It was their invention. It turned. Look, don't ask me how they did it, but the guys in R&D have made a cardboard box that turns you gay. I was like, oh, that could be.
I've got these pictures of you getting into that love box with a girlie that was only 16 years old. You better do what we say, or we'll release them to the press.
Yeah, the love box is also very good at blackmail. Add a discovery, add a bonus.
Aaron has no idea what the love box is.
I assumed it was like that internet thing where you have sex online, but apparently it's not what that is.
No. You remember how we have cardboard boxes for hiding inside?
Sure.
Yeah, there's a special mission in Peace Walker where you can take a date to a beach, and if you have what's called the love box equipped, you have hanky panky with them in the box. And your choice of dates are your best friend, Master McDonald Miller.
What a name.
Or a 16-year-old girl.
Brings a whole new meaning to the word companion cube.
Exactly. But it's fine, because Snake's infertile.
Yeah.
What about the AIDS, though?
What about it?
Yeah, you're right, Aaron. What about the AIDS?
Because he's infertile doesn't mean he can't pass on the AIDS.
So, hello, sir. I'd like to have 3 AIDS, please. Put them in the love box for me, thank you.
I should point out the love box was invented and fell out of use in the 70s.
Yeah, we moved on. Consent is very important.
Who painted that?
Snake?
Yeah. Eva has a lot of money. She got them commissioned. Like, come on, people. Surely we all have an artist on staff for special occasions like that.
He was a member of the Patriots, the group that secretly runs the world with a fortune greater than you can imagine.
$3?
You have very small dreams, my friend.
Holy shit, man. Wow. Inflation hasn't caught up to your hometown then, no?
And then Zanzibar land. Big Boss plotted coup d'etat against.
But like even those pictures there, like the closest thing you can get from like, oh, here's some art that's been made because of these heroes,
Big Boss and Gray Fox, Frank Yeager, were left near death.
Frank Yeager.
Zero recovered their bodies.
Did he
Indeed.
make
Frank
the
Yeager's
Jaeger
entire
bomb?
body was reconstructed through surgery.
Yes, he was
reborn
a
as
hero
the
in that regard.
cyborg ninja.
Yeah, it was actually named after him, because he was such an alcoholic.
Now a vegetable.
Isn't
became a
Jaeger just
prisoner
German
of
for
Zero
hunter?
even in death.
It is.
For Zero, more
That's
than
why we had.
So-
That's why called Frank Yeager. I don't think it's even his real name. It's just what the big boss called him.
No, the truth is.
Well, I always called him Noel.
He was an irreplaceable
Indeed.
friend. After Big
German
Boss
for
John
Christmas.
Zero could no longer believe in something so uncertain as life.
Very different
He lost his belief
nicknames.
in everything. Nations, organizations, individuals. Zero was no longer willing to place his
He lost his interest for everything, so he just let a computer ruin everything, ruin the world for him.
Instead,
He found out that
he
the name he
set up a
chose for
network
himself was
of
the wrong
allies,
tunnel.
a decision-making system formed from
And that was the
The
start
world
of
would
his
have been a different.
open to depression.
He built four
The world would be a
allies,
different place if he just named himself Major Dick.
PJ, AL, and TR.
Ah,
A
Major
sort of
Harry.
digital Mount Rushmore, and one core artificial intelligence to unite them, John Doe.
GW. The same GW we destroyed 5 years ago.
The
Oh no,
same.
not the
Since
machines.
GW was cut off, JD and the other three AIs have controlled all information on every aspect of
Oh my god.
economics.
Isn't this the plot to Serial Experiments Lane?
Morals, and culture.
Pretty
The
much.
global economy is no exception. In the shadow of the system and its
So Aaron, this is
computers,
stuff that happened in
Big Boss isn't
MGS two.
allowed to live
So don't
or
worry if
die.
you can't remember it,
He's
because neither
trapped
can
for
we.
eternity in a brain
Also, this was
prison.
retconned heavily
To
into
bind
this.
himself to his
It really
friend,
was.
to
A lot of
ensure
stuff was
his view
retconned
of
into
the
this
world,
game.
Zero transformed Big Boss into an
Dr.
icon.
Clark, it turns out, wasn't a man.
Living
No.
or dead.
Sounds almost like a religion.
Naturally, Ocelot and I planned to free him from Zero's prison. We enlisted Naomi Hunter, an authority in the field of nanomachine research, into our organization.
How dare you?
And we used Frank
It just so
Yeager
happened to
as
be
his
there. Like, that wasn't that convenient. Like,
Ocelot tortured the
Wait,
dark
didn't the real
machine
Naomi Hunter
outriders,
die several years
also
ago?
known as Sigyn,
Yep.
to death, and made it look like an accident.
The Shadow Moses incident.
So our Naomi isn't actually an expert in nanomachines?
Zero was the only
oh, she is an expert in nanomachines. Just her name is Naomi Hunter. So, like, when the Patriots recruited her, they either knew that she was an imposter or they didn't know, which is shockingly poor of them.
Certainly not for Zero. He was fighting for Big Boss. He idolized him.
Even to this day, Ocelot fanboys over him every now and then. It's a bit weird, I'll be honest.
When
The man could ride a horse like no other.
And when he was in his Troy Baker phase,
he may be Ocelot in
Sexy
physical
Texan
form,
man.
but his mind is liquids. I was the last one. And then someone appeared to help me.
Raiden.
It's just so convenient that all these modern characters are able to just, like, help out some of the legacy characters in the show. It's funny how that works, isn't it?
That I finally discovered the location of Big Boss.
Raiden.
It was in the data he obtained from GW. Together, he and I retrieved Big Boss.
And we kept
But
them
Big
fresh in this
Boss
handy
was
sandwich
still
bag.
asleep, as Zero had left him.
So we just happen to have some refrigerator bags lying around, you know, and lo and behold, he fits in one big one.
People need heroes. Zero wanted to create a
And
messiah,
Zero has a collection.
a
Yeah.
legend that would never die.
Liquid is after Big Boss's body.
To be fair, he also was in Shadow Moses.
Is
Yeah.
clear.
He's after a lot of things, to be honest.
I'll take you to meet him.
Oh my. You get to see your dad after all this whole time?
But I don't have
Hey.
a can of spray. Or a lighter.
This is
Hey,
his
sorry
place.
for setting you on fire last time I saw you.
Can we not just stick him in a coffin and be done with it?
Yeah, but then what would be the fun in that? You know, we have to keep recycling characters.
Oh my god, he's
His
enough
body is alive,
cognition
but
to
his
respond.
consciousness is locked away
Hmm.
by nanomachines.
He's just so angry to see Snake again. He nearly like came back to life.
We can't allow Liquid to inherit the same sins that corrupted Zero. Manipulating people's
See, Aaron,
minds
that's what
for
you
the
get
sake
for
of
wearing
his
the
own
crocodile cap.
power.
Aww.
Let that be a lesson to you.
I lose all my skin.
Oh no, that was because you tried to start nuclear war afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Otacon,
Snake, it's Naomi.
what happened?
She's
You're
gone.
there.
She's not in the Nomad anymore.
When?
Less than an hour ago. She disappeared right after she and Sonny got back from Dr. Madnar's place.
Why weren't you watching her?
Clammy
I
hands.
didn't have my glasses.
I was watching her.
Naomi
That
said
was
it
the
herself.
problem.
The experiment didn't succeed with
I was
her.
watching her too much.
You think she went back to Liquid?
Oh.
What about Raiden?
Good news on that front. We managed to get our hands
Press
on a
L1.
dialysis machine and set up an ICU. We
Yes.
just started him on dialysis
I did.
and treatment for his wound.
What more do you want, man?
We live.
Yeah.
Now
No
the
worries
trench
there.
coat guy.
Sonny's taken over for Naomi. But his treatment's probably gonna take 48 hours. Until then, Raiden can't move.
You mean we have to go through the next two missions without him?
Come here.
I guess so.
And
Yes. That's what was following us the whole time.
What the hell is
These
that?
bulls.
robot.
Robots.
I hate them so much.
They are little shits.
Why?
Because you get to see this. No,
Who-
it's just like old times.
I don't
Who
remember.
built them?
Scarabs.
I think I'm not sure what I think they're just like made for the PMCs. They basically just buy a box of them and put the batteries in them and let them go.
The PMCs are converging on your location.
Well, you say that, but I've
Damn it.
definitely seen
They're
someone
sending
swing them
in
around like a
They'll be on
mace
you in
at
less
some
than
point.
5 minutes.
Yeah,
They ready?
Yes, ma'am.
maybe they've replaced the Tron grenades that all the Eastern European kids play.
Over here. We've got decoy vans set to draw some of our pursuers away.
Now, you remember that bit everyone hated at the end of Metal Gear Solid 3?
Yeah. Oh no. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Press L1.
Don't say it.
Where's that one? There we go.
Mm-hmm.
All of these children were orphans.
Still
It was
nobody
like-
on that.
Arms factories. And when they grow up.
And now here's a bit of social commentary for no reason.
Ah, an arms factory. That's why they're like that.
PMCs that kill
There you have it.
and use their earnings to support their younger siblings. There are countless child soldiers like these in the
Wait, if they're
PMCs.
orphans, how do they have parents to give them younger
Nowadays,
siblings?
Anyone with a
Is this a
computer
plot hole?
combat training. The
No, but
FPS
Call of Duty is bad.
children love,
Guys,
Yeah.
look.
live for free.
Call of Duty's bad.
Of
Stop
course,
playing
Yeah.
the game. Play our game instead.
virtual
You guys play the Call of Duty.
It's
It doesn't have an
easy for them to
anti-war
get
message.
absorbed by these war games.
If anything, it's a
Before they
war
know it,
message.
They're in the PMCs holding real guns. These kids end up fighting in proxy wars that have nothing to do with their own lives. They think it's cool to fight like this.
It is.
They think
Mhm.
that combat is life. They don't need a reason to fight. After all, for them, it's only a game. Zero is the cause of all this.
Now, don't you feel bad, Aaron?
Feeding liquid won't change things. Unless
no.
we stop the Patriot system.
Well, but you're part of the problem. I told you that.
Hop on.
Fine, I'll walk.
Here's. Well, this is exciting.
Hold on to me.
Or sorry, I'll do it like Volgan. That was refreshing.
You just told me you're my mother.
Try 'em.
I'm gonna hold you there by the womb.
We'll With so many wars being waged, oil and biofuel have become as precious as diamonds.
Can we go?
It's been a while since I went out
Artificially
for a
inflated.
ride.
Tch.
Sure about this?
I only get off my bike when I fall in love
Oh.
or fall dead.
Big Mama.
Call me Eva.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no, she fell in love in the last one. Oh no!
Oh, God, no.
Oh, can you think back to do it 3 this time? Please don't have to survive the sewer.
We don't even have any steaks to eat. Just in case.
I don't think I can catch you up this time, Connor. That's so much son, you're more plastic than you are a woman.
Here we go.
This next level was brought to you by Triumph. Blame them for
Whee!
And now, the best part of the game.
loading screen.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody. Next time on Metal Gear Solid 4, the part of the game where everybody hates.
I'm
Didn't
shooting the
we-
fucking birds.
The last part was the part where everybody hates.
No, that's coming up. Promise.
I promise it's coming up.
God damn it.
I'll just make a backup of this one.